Hey, Julie Rosal here. Hey, welcome to one of my first live videos in the group. I'm hoping that you find the tips and other life hacks helpful. And if you do, I'd appreciate if you leave me a comment or a reaction in the thread below. And as I said before, this is one of the demo videos that I'm going to be doing in the group here, and to help give you max results as well as help you feel sexy and confident and beautiful for the holidays. Because we all know we all want to look good, right? Well, today I'm just going to demonstrate my quick 5-minute makeup routine. I've had a lot of people that have asked me a lot of questions as to, hair moment, but what kind of routine that I do and how do I get that bright, glowy look without spending a lot of time on it and piling on a lot of product. So I wanted to show you my 5-minute makeup routine. Half of my face, if I look kind of weird, a little. It's hard to tell with the glare from the light, so I apologize. I'm in my bathroom here and there's very few places I can set it up. But I've got half of my face already done. So you can tell there's a little bit of mascara. But what I'm gonna do is take you through the steps and hopefully it'll help you feel confident for the holidays. Okay, step number 1. The first thing you wanna do is make sure you've started with a clean face. You know, you wanna use your wash, your toner. For me, it's the Bright Eye to hide the lovely dark circles, hydration, sunscreen, and for me, just to demonstrate that there's nothing on my skin right now, here. As you can see, there's nothing on there, but you need a clean slate to start with. Okay, so pretty easy. Second step is I use a concealer. I don't use a foundation, but I do use a concealer, and what I do is I take a couple little dots of it and I put it right on the upper eyelid, because for me that eyelid tends to be a little bit on the pinkish purple side. And also if I decide to put on eyeshadow, then it will adhere to my lid a lot better and stay on a lot longer. And that's a tip that I picked up from a makeup artist. I wish I could tell you I remembered who it is. But basically I put a little bit of a color stay type concealer right on there. Okay, that's the first step. Easy. Next step is I take a little bit of my regular concealer and I'm dotting it right here in this area, only along here and into the corner of my eye. And I'm trying to apply it very, very gently, just for the fact that it's a very delicate area. I'm trying to keep it in that area, but my eyes tend to be a little bit on the red side. I don't know why, but they do, and I try to cover that little bit right there. But you want to keep the concealer away from this area because it tends to sit in any fine lines and wrinkles, and just kind of pat it to make certain that it is blended in. And if you need concealer, I'm trying to become concealer free for the new year. But and then I also place a little bit of concealer on my nose, as I still have a few little scars and things that I like to hide. Okay, 2 steps down. Well, today I happen to have a belated birthday present that showed up on my face, so I'm going to cover that up just a hair. Okay, that was pretty easy. Next would be the powder. Now I do use peptide powder. Makeup, I don't use foundation at all. I really don't like the way that it feels on my face. So what I do is I take one of my little brushes and all I do is brush a little bit of this powder right here along the corner of my eye and right on the lid, because it keeps it fresh all day long, as well as keeps it looking natural. And then I also take a little bit of my powder, not very much, and just simply dab and work it into that area. And again, how much I need is dependent on how much my circles look that day, although they are getting better. Okay, and then the next step is to, after tapping your brush to work the product in, all I do is simply use light circles to apply my peptide powder. And I love the way this powder feels on my face because it is very light. It does have a lot of light reflecting qualities. So it does give you that glow. And then fix the hair when you're done, if you haven't already fixed your hair. There we go, nicely blended. The next step that I do is going right to my brows. And since I made a mess, I'm gonna have to shape and brush them just a hair. I apologize if I'm not getting it exactly perfect. It's a little easier in the mirror. Okay, but the next thing is brows. And sometimes when I feel the need, one brow tends to be a little bit thicker than the other. So I do tend to use a little bit of brow mascara once in a while. Not much. just to make them look even. And you brush them if needed. Super easy. Okay, next thing are my lashes. And usually I use one of my lash brushes, and I will comb them a little bit because they are long and they do tend to get clumped together sometimes. Okay, now one of the other tips that I mentioned before would be my lash curler, how to get your lashes to stay curled all day long. And if you haven't seen my Facebook video on mascara tips, you can check that out. But this is one of the tips. What I do is I take a blow dryer and I focus the heat right onto my lash curler here. Kind of blingy, isn't it? Christmas and birthday present. I love it. But what I do is I focus the heat right on this area, not too hot, and I warm it up to the point that I'm then placing it on my lashes. So I'm going to do that right now. So I apologize for the noise. And then what you see me doing is testing it on, there we go, testing it on my chin first because I really, really don't want to burn myself. Okay, we're done there. Next step would be the primer. And primer is really important. Pretty much every makeup artist an article that I read on it talked about the importance of primer. Oops, and I think I got it on myself. I do primer, and I do primer the bottom a little bit. Gosh, it's really hard to see on the bottom. I was hoping my camera would have a better view. Okay, but I do put primer on, and basically it's conditioning to protect your lashes from damage, and then listen for the pop. So you know your mascara is still good. Then I apply a really, really light coat starting at the root. Oh gosh, it's really hard to see here. Let's hope I can do this without poking myself. And then what I do is I take a brush and comb a little bit to make certain that the mascara is distributed evenly and not clumping. And then I can simply go over it again. For maximum wow value. But let's see if I can get this on there. I apologize if I'm looking the wrong way, but I kind of can't see otherwise. There we go. Alrighty. And I think you can see them. I don't usually brush these because there's a lot less of them, but they are there. There we go. Oops. Okay, there we go. And if they need combed, you always can comb them using, something like this. And it just simply separates them and keeps them looking long and lush all day long. Okay, and if you want to go with the next step, you could always apply blush as well as, your lipstick, but for me, a lot of times it is chapstick or a light gloss. So I hope that you found my 5-minute makeup routine pretty helpful. Because I'm trying to find a way to look in the mirror so it's not too bright. But I just hope that this routine helps you. If you found it helpful, would you please leave a quick comment? And if you'd like some information or to hear more about some of the products that I was using that my company makes, I'd be happy to share a few tidbits with you. So hope you have a great day and 5 minutes to glow. I'll catch you later.